microphone's way too loud. Hold on, let me go turn it down.
Hello? This one's pretty loud too.
I think you're alright. I'm going to turn it down. We're just about ready to dilly dally.
That's the jam whistle.
That's the first whistle of the bout, folks. Jammers are off.
Dilly dally.
Hollywood Hendricks sends Kenny Cloud Kicker to the ground.
Dilly dally picks up the lead jammer.
Lead jam for the Puget Sound Outcast.
Cloud kicker stuck behind a wall of blue. Dilly dally knocked to the outside. Dilly dally picks up 3 points. And looks like
that was 24/7 Hollywood Hendricks making his way to the penalty box. And we're going to get a time clock fixed because we still got 30 minutes on the board and 0 points. We're going to get the scoreboard fixed in just a moment.
the jammer line, we have Zach Sabbath.
All right, we're ready to get rolling again.
We got 5
points on the board for the Puget Sound Outcast and 0 for the Connecticut Dead Flies. 28 minutes, 46 seconds on the clock, and there's the whistle. The jammers are off.
We got Zach Sabbath jamming for Connecticut Death Squad. He's got lead jammer. Rod is the Puget jammer. He's racing the pack.
Picking up an immense amount of speed as he exits the pack.
We got 2 Puget blockers on there, which means 2 are in the box right now.
And Zach Sabbath calls off the jam.
No points for anybody. The score is still at 5. Puget 0 Death Quads. And the time is now 28 minutes, 10 seconds.
And these are 2 teams that probably don't see each other on the road too often, considering the Death Quads are from Waterbury, Connecticut, and the Puget Sound Outcasts are from Tacoma, Washington. So this is a rare treat. We have Stand Aside jamming against Kenny Cloud Kicker of Connecticut.
They're both stuck in the middle of the pack right now. And Stand Aside taking the back via the outside. It's a very fast and aggressive pack here going on right now.
Stand Aside picks up the jam as he skates across that inside line, finds an opening.
Kenny Cloud Kicker sneaks from the outside, out of the back. Jam is called 0 for Puget, 2 for Puget, 0 for Connecticut. Which will make the score 7 Puget, 0 Connecticut. Time left in the jam about is 20 in the half. It's 27 minutes. We got Pastor Muppets jamming for Connecticut, and Scott Slamington jamming for Puget Sound.
Puget Sound Outcast Scott Slamington picks up the jam as he exits the back.
We have number 2 with Hit Happens going to the box. High block.
Nice help from Quadzilla. Scott Slamington has pirouette in the air. It's a little whip off of Quadzilla, picking up speed coming out of that.
Pastor Muppets set to the back of the pack. There's a little bit of jammer on jammer action.
What was that? That was Dirty Frank at the front of that pack. And a hard hit to Scott Slamington, the second one.
Pastor Muppets sent to the penalty box for a cut. That means we're in a power jam right now. B-Rad is going to the box for, I believe, a forearm.
Scott Slemons exits back.
There's only 2 Connecticut blockers left on the track to try and stop Scott Slemons.
Nice. And he's waving his arms in disbelief as Scott Slemons was able to stay in bounds after another hard hit to that outside line. They passed through it, 5 more points for the Puget Sound Outcast. Pack is stalled. And Scott Slemons says he's had enough, calls off the jam as he reaches the pack one more time.
Very good jam there for Puget Sound. Score is now 32-0. 24 minutes, 40 seconds left in the half. 3 Connecticut blockers on the track going up against Puget Jammer's Speed Dealer. He's currently unopposed. So he's starting this in a power jam situation.
And there's the whistle and Speed Dealer's off. He's greeted by Fro Sirius. Fro Sirius hits him out across that outside line, but he comes back in onto the track pretty quickly.
The passer Muppets is out of the box. He's trying to fight his way through the wall of Puget blockers. However,
Speed Dealer picking up lead jam for Puget Sound. Puget Sound blockers were kind enough to let Speed Dealer through with it, close that opening back up and make it a little more difficult for the passer of Muppets to make his way through.
Speed Dealer just got another grand slam. 5 more points on the board for Puget. Master of Puppets still trying to make his initial pass.
A little bit of wreckage. Passer of Muppets finds himself at the back of the pack once again.
Master of Puppets doing a little bit more jammer on jammer action, trying to slow down.
And Speed Dealer calls out the jam before Pastor Muppets was able to put any points on the board. Score now 46 for Puget Sound. Still nothing on the board for the Connecticut Death Quads. And we're looking at about 22 and a half minutes left on the clock.
Zach Savitt's going to be jamming for the Connecticut Death Quads and Rye Rock, Puget Sound Outcasts. 4 blockers for each team, empty penalty box.
There's the whistle. Serious amount of wreckage in the wake of Zach Savitt. He picks up the jam for the Connecticut Death Quads.
Rye Rock not far behind. It's a very fast-moving pack we have right now. Zach Savitt slips away on the outside. It picks up. I believe that Zach Savitt just got a skating out of bounds penalty. So he will serve that as a jammer, which means that Dilly Dally, the Puget Sound jammer, will start a power jam.
21 and a half minutes left in the clock. 46 Puget Sound, 0 Death Quads.
Oh, nope, Death Quads picked up 2 points during that last jam.
Surprisingly enough, Dilly Dally has made himself off to the penalty box.
On a low block. Means that Zach Savitt better than.
Back is at a standstill right in front of the jam line.
Little bit of
Puget Sound is there to greet Zach Savitt as he's back on the track jamming for the Death Quads. up the jam as he emerges from the back for his first initial pass.
Diligently out of the box and out of the pack. However, that was the initial pass. So
Since Zach Sabathia
wipes out the foam barrier protecting me.
He was able to get up and skate away, which is nice. Kenny Cloud kicker on the jam line up against Scott Slamilton once again from the Puget Sound.
Empty penalty box, so again, 4 jammers from each team. 4 blockers.
Off the belly box. Kenny kicker pops off, picks up lead jam. Connecticut deck wise. He's in the mix once again. He's in the front. He's held back by Tony Jonas. And he reaches the limits of the engagement zone and has to let him go.
Picks up 5 points. This is a much needed situation for the CTDQ quad. He's up against Quadzilla. Who knocks him to the outside, which hasn't even cut track. Power jam Puget now. No lead jammer, so it'll be a full 2-minute battle.
Scott Slamilton squeezes through the middle of that pack. Pack's at a standstill on the far side. Nice little turnaround to stop action.
With 5 points very quickly. Yeah.
Quick trip in the pack for Scott Slamilton. And he was able to block him a little bit, but Scott Slamilton gets up pretty quickly. Another 5 points on the board for Puget Sound.
Kicker out of the box, but into the pack. He's battling his way to the Puget blockers right now. Picks up 4 points, 5 points. However, it looks like Scott Slamilton, as the jam ends, is going to be sent to the penalty box for a cut track. This means that CT's jammer, number 18,
that is Pro Serious, number 18. Usually he's at the front of the pack, being the last line of defense for the blockers. That was short, bro. Holy cow, how'd you manage that? Not sure what the call was, but that was a short-lived trip up the track as a jammer.
Very short-lived power jam. Well, the jammer will fight it out to see who can get the most.
Scott Slamilton emerges from the pack, picks up lead jam for the Puget Sound Outcast.
The pack is very messy. Fast moving, hard hitting. Scott Slamilton does a nice jump on the inside, picks up 5 points.
They're going to give him a cut track off the Pro Serious. He's off to the penalty box once again for the Connecticut Deathwatch.
Scott Slamilton calls off the jam after picking up another 5 points.
16 minutes left on the clock. 67 points for the Puget Sound Outcast and 16 for the Connecticut Deathwatch.
Ryrod's going to be jamming the Puget Sound unopposed. Both teams have 4 blockers on the track.
makes his way to the front of the pack. Found a wall of Connecticut blockers.
They're not making it easy for them. They want to take as much time as possible.
Pack is opened up.
Whoever number 2 hit happens, just got sent to the box for blocking out of play. Failure to reform.
Right at the front of the pack again.
Picks up.
Zero puts 5 more points on the board for the Puget Sound Outcast.
Calls off the jam. Doesn't pick up any points for that pass. Scores 77 Puget, 16 death quads. We got about 14 minutes, 30 seconds left in this half. Hollywood Hendricks going to be jamming the Puget Sound. 3 CT blockers are going to be trying to slow him down.
Outcast fielding Corey Payne, speed dealer, feet over to the chin, stand aside for blockers. And Hollywood Hendrick, number 224-7, emerges from the pack, picks up lead jam, the Outcast.
Number 18, Pro Serious, out of the box and into the pack. Puget Sound doing a good job of keeping him back. Hollywood Hendrick not to be outside, so he can go to the back of the pack as well. But he sneaks to the inside to pick up 5 points.
5 points for Hollywood Hendrick. Welcome to Hollywood. What's your dream?
Pro Serious completes his initial pass.
And he calls off the jab as he makes it into the back. Score now, 82 for the Puget Sound Outcast, 16 for the Connecticut Death Quads. A little more than 13 minutes left on the clock in this first half.
We got Cloud Kicker jamming for CT Death Quads, and I believe that is Scott Singleton. I cannot see his number.
I thought you could tell by the rear end of these guys exactly who it was.
I'm getting better at it. It's starting to come with me.
All right. A hard hit. Pinky Fantastic hits the floor pretty hard. Somebody's going to the penalty box for that one. And it is Scott Singleton.
He's going in for a 4-hour penalty. Means that Cloud Kicker being blocked right now by Quad. Boris Jonas.
Bonus Jonas off to the penalty box. And Penny Cloud Kicker picks up lead jam.
Needs only 3 Puget blockers to try and stop him, but this is a strong team.
Trying to be the last line of defense for the Outcast, but Kenny makes his way through and picks up 5 more points.
Slips through again, picks up another 5 points for the CT Death Quads.
Connecticut trying to close up that point gap. Doing a good job so far. There's 4 whistles.
Picks up 3 more points. Looks like we're going to have a new total score. We got 82 for the Puget Outcasts.
What? Zilla's saying what we're all thinking about. A few whistles.
29 for the CT Death Quads. Zach Sabin, only jammer on the jammer line right now for Connecticut Death Quads. He's got 3 Puget blockers trying to stop him. Dilly Dolly and Bowser at the jammer line. Do not.
Fancy footwork by Zach Savage. Lets him get through the back. He picks up lead jam for the Death Quads.
Scott Slamilton is out of the box and through the pack on his initial pass.
Holy cow. Penny Cloud Kicker. Excuse me. Zach Savage going so fast into that pack. Emerges and puts 5 points on the board. for the Connecticut Death Quads. Score now 34 for the Death Quads, 82 for the Outcasts. 10.5 minutes left in the clock in the first half.
Rod up to jam again for Puget Sound Outcasts. We got a Dirty Frank for the CT Death Quads.
Penalty box is empty.
Rod slips through his blockers, but is stopped by the CT Death Quads waiting. Not to the outside, he's staying further back.
Back is opened up pretty far.
Dirty Frank picks up the lead jam.
Rod emerges from his initial pass on the back. Dirty Frank sent off the track. He is on his way to the penalty box.
I believe he had a cut track.
Yeah, it looks like a cut track call. There it is.
Rod is stuck in the middle of this brutal pack right now.
And we've got Brutal Serious, number 18, on one of the back. Doing his best to keep Rod back, but he makes
Pygmy is sent to the box for a stop block.
Rod puts 5 points on the board for the Outcasts.
Rod knocked from the inside by State Breed. Quickly recovers. Is knocked again by Pro Serious. The pack is slowed to a standstill as CT Death Quads try their best to slow down Rod.
5 more points on the board for the Outcasts. Pack is stalled. Outcast blockers have stepped to each side to make an opening. And he's dealing with Hit Happens, First Serious, and Skate Free, the only blockers left on the track for Connecticut. After a couple steps of fancy footwork, he makes his way by First Serious. Puts 5 more points on the board for the Outcasts.
Dirty Frank is out of the box from the pack. Getting knocked around. However, he's back in the box for a forearm. Picked up 1 point though. So Dirty Frank out of the box, picks a point into the box. We got Corey Payne on the jammer line for Puget, who right now has 97 points to CT Death Quads 36. We got 7 minutes, 40 seconds left in the game, up to the half.
There's the whistle on the jammer of Corey Payne for the Outcast. Dirty Frank still in the penalty box for the Death Quads. Corey Payne picks up lead jam for the Outcast.
He's got to get through all 4 CT Death Quad blockers. Goes through them like butter, picks up 5 more points.
Corey gets up to those Death Quad blockers and muscles his way through. Picking up another 5 points for the Outcasts.
The fact is practically at a standstill right now, right on the jammer line. Hasn't moved much from the start. Pick up another 5 points.
A little bit of wreckage at the front of the pack. Corey Payne calls off the jam for the Outcasts.
Somebody's getting low block. Oh, there we go.
Yep, after 4 more points put on the board for the Outcasts. Score now, 116 for the Outcasts, 36 for the Death Quads. We've got 6.5 minutes left in this first half.
Gordon S. is the low block receiver. This means when Quadzilla's jamming in the next jam, he's only up against 3 CT blockers.
Hits Quadzilla in the inside of the track. Makes his way out, and he's
not lead jammer. Quadzilla's not lead jammer at a lost lead. That means that.
And as usual, we got pro serious, and it happens. Doing their best to keep the jam back. Wow, nice footwork by Quantilla. Stays upright and inbound. Pops out of the pack for 4 more points for the Outcasts.
Dirty Frank was the jammer in that situation. He called off the jam before he got to the pack to stop Quantilla from earning 1 point. Scores 116, Puget Sound Outcasts 36, CT Death Quads. We got 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the half. Looks like the speed dealer for this Puget is going to be going up against Cloud Kicker in the Death Quads. Looks like we have an empty penalty box right now. Oh, 1 CT blocker in the penalty box.
Circle Jerk doing his best to wrangle the Connecticut blockers, and speed dealer emerges as the jam for the Outcasts.
Kenny Cloudkicker knocked to the outside. And number 2, Vito Vidivici is going to receive a forearm for that.
Hard hit by Dilly Dally since Kenny Cloudkicker up the track.
Speed dealer coming up the pack again. Slips on through.
Speed dealer, nice footwork.
Picking up 5 more points.
A little juking on his toe stop. He's able to make his way through the pack.
Kenny Cloudkicker trying his best to get through Dilly Dally, gets knocked to the inside. Knocked to the outside by Dilly Dally this time. He's just getting beat up.
Yep. The speed dealer in the front of the pack makes his way through.
Picks up another 5 points.
Gets set off by Stand Aside.
Stand Aside taking them all the way back.
And there's the 4 whistles for the end of the jam.
I believe that actually went the full 2 minutes. I don't think it was called off. The new score is Puget Sound Outcast 155, CT Death Quads 36. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the half. We got Dirty Frank jamming for the CT Death Quads and Ryrod jamming for the Puget Sound Outcasts. Empty penalty box. We got all 4 blockers for both teams. Ooh. Looks like
Hamilton almost becoming a horizontal position before he hit the ground.
Dirty Frank picks up the lead, jamming.
Connecticut with a much needed jam situation.
Ryrod going to the box for a cut track after being knocked to the outside.
Yep, he's off to the penalty box for that cut track.
Dirty Frank knocked inside, but he's made his way to the back of the pack, so he can go through it all over again. His teammates doing a good job of stopping the Puget Sound blockers from taking them back too far.
And Dirty Frank calls off the jam.
Picks up 2 points for that. Zach Sabbath is the Connecticut Death Quad jammer. He'll be starting a power jam situation up against 4 Puget Sound blockers, but he's got 4 of his own to help him out here.
Bowser, Dilly Dally, Corey Payne, Stand Aside, blocking for the Puget Sound. Circle Jerk, H.T. Wells, it happens on my man B-Rad, blocking for Connecticut Death Quads.
Right now he's pushing against Stand Aside. Breaks out, picks up a lead jammer.
Much needed power jam situation. Nice skating.
Picks up 5 more points, which will bring the total up to 43 for the death quads.
Corey Payne bridging the gap. Zach Sabbath muscles his way through. 5 more points on the board for the Connecticut Death Quads. Super Jerk with a hard hit, but wasn't able to send Ryron off the track. Oh, nice apex jump by Zach Sabbath. And calls off the jam while lying on the track.
Picks up 2 points from that. However, but in that nice little fall, left a nice little streak of sweat.
And that is halftime. Score now 155 for the Outcasts of Puget Sound and 48 for the Connecticut Death.
Zach Sabbath is going to be jamming for the CT Death Quads against Hollywood Hendrick. Empty penalty box. We got a full crew on the track right now.
And there's the first whistle of the second period. Hollywood Hendrick pops out, picks up lead jam for the Outcasts. Welcome to Hollywood. What's your dream?
Zach Sabbath takes a fall but gets right back up. Fortunately, stuck behind a wall of blue. Hollywood Hendrick picks up 5 points.
Zach Sabbath being sent outside the track by Corey Payne of the Outcast. Hollywood Hendrick jumping through the pack so gracefully, putting another 5 more points on the board for the Outcasts.
Zach Sabbath pushing his way through, getting knocked down, getting up and going again. Hollywood Hendrick picks up another 5 points though. Leading went through the outside that time.
Makes it look so easy.
Hollywood back through the pack again. Somebody lost a kneecap though. A knee pad kneecap.
Yeah, we'll fix that after the jam. Nothing a little duct tape won't fix. And Hollywood Hendrick falls off the jam.
1 more point for, 2 more points for Hollywood Hendrick, bringing the total score 175 Puget Sound Outcasts, 50 CT Death Quads. We got 28 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. Corporal Punishment's going to be jamming for Puget Sound, and Kenny Cloudkicker jamming for CT Death Quads.
There's the whistle. The jammers are off. Hard hit by Dirty Frank, sending Corporal Punishment to the inside of the track. And guess what? There he is. He picks up lead jam for the Connecticut Death Quads. It's Kenny Cloudkicker, number 26.
Corporal Punishment out of the pack.
Kenny Cloudkicker calls off the jam just as Corporal Punishment was making his way into the back.
Picks up 3 points, 2 points, bringing Connecticut Death Quad score up to 52. Puget Sound Outcast at 177.
A little less than 27 and a half minutes left on the clock.
You got Gordon S. Going up against Stand Aside on the jammer line. Empty penalty box still.
Gordon S is going to get a he's going to get a penalty box, and Stand Aside is going to skate and jam unopposed the next minute.
Stand Aside took up 5 points for Puget Sound. The pack at a standstill at about turn 2. Connecticut doing their best to slow down the jammer. Picks up 5 more points over Puget Sound. Another 5 points for Puget Sound. Calls off the jam. New scores, 192 for the Puget Sound Outcasts, 52 for the CTDQ. CTDQ jammer is still in the box, so Ryrod, the new Puget Sound jammer, will be jamming unopposed. Other than that, we have an empty penalty box. We've got a full array of blockers on the track right now.
A little less than 26 minutes left in the clock for the second half. 192 for the Outcasts, 52 for the Deathwise. Ryrod doing his best to stay upright and inbounds while navigating through this Connecticut Death Quad blockers and picks up the jam.
The pack is stalled at the pivot line right now, with Puget Sound hanging back, letting Ryrod just fight his way through the Connecticut blockers. Picks up another 5 points. Gordon S. out of the box and fighting with the Puget Sound blockers. He's got Quadzilla, Scott Slamilton, and Dilly Daddy.
Ryrod puts another 5 points on the board for the Outcasts. Hard hit by Pro Sirius, sending Ryrod to the ground, but he's back up and fighting with the blockers of Connecticut.
Bonus Jonas going to the box for a stop block against Gordon S. Ryrod picks up another 5 points, making his way through the pack. Does it one more time, pick up another 5 points.
Gordon S. at the back of the pack. Yeah, and that's the end of that.
That jam went for the full 2 minutes. A lot of hard work for these guys. New score is Puget Sound Outcast 217, Connecticut Death Quads 52. We got about 23 minutes, 20 seconds left in the jam here. Pastor of Muppets and Dilly Dally facing off the jam line. Bonus Jonas still in the box. So we have 3 Puget blockers.
Dilly Dally at the front of the pack. Nice jump and skating through and picks up the jam for the Outcasts.
Pastor of Muppets not far behind him. Makes his way out of the pack. Very fast in the pack today.
Dilly Dally receives a hard hit but stays on his feet. Makes his way through the pack. 4 points for the Outcasts.
Master of Puppets not so lucky. Takes a hard hit, goes flying to the outside. Dilly Dally picks up another 5 points.
Hard hit from Hollywood Hendricks sends Pastor Muppets to the inside of the track. And they're backing him up.
Pack is stalled over by turn 3. Pretty much just fighting with each other, trying to get through. Dilly Dally takes a huge whip off of
Hollywood Hendricks.
Thank you.
Did you walk?
Zach Savage in the box.
Five more points on the board for the Outcasts as Dilly Dally uses the back one more time.
H.G. Wells in the box for a multiplayer, I think. Dilly Dally avoiding a hit. Picking up another 5 points. Master of Puppets into the outside, being sent all the way to the back of the pack. Dilly Dally taking a hit, but getting right back up. Calling off the jam after 3 more points for the Connecticut Death Quads, which means the new score is 246 Puget Sound, 55 Death Quads. We got 21 minutes left in the jam. Quadzilla is going to be jamming the Puget Sound Outcast. I forget, it's Kenny Cloudpicker for Connecticut.
Both jammers in the mix of blockers right now. Hard hit from Dirty Frank, sending Quadzilla to the ground. He gets up.
Takes a nice little tumble there.
Picks up the jam. Emerging from the back. Really serious, number 18. Off the penalty box with a big smile on his face.
I believe he had a forearm. He was similar to his teammates.
Dirty Frank now joining within the penalty box. Referees seem to be sweeping track of Death Quad blockers.
Picked up 4 points for Puget in that jam, so we're 250 Puget Sound, 55 Death Quad. We got about 20 minutes left in the jam, left in the bout. Pygmy is going to be jamming the Connecticut Death Quads.
Pygmy Fantastic and Hollywood Hendrick on the jam line. Dude is a giant pygmy. He makes his way through the pack. He is doing a fine job muscling his way through the LBS blockers and then gets hit out of bounds. Off the track. Makes his way back in the track line. Stand aside.
Hollywood Hendricks picks up lead jammer.
Lead jam for the Outcast.
Got a very fast pack going right now. Hollywood Hendricks makes his way through it. Picks up 5 points. Pygmy Fantastic knocked to the outside, has to go all the way back again.
Stand aside from Corey Payne, backing him up to the back of the pack. Another pass for Hollywood Hendrick. 5 more points on the board. Puget Sound Outcast.
The pack is stalled on the pivot line right now. Hollywood Hendricks sneaks along the outside to pick up 5 more points.
Corey Payne makes an opening for him. Right on that outside line, doing a fine job.
Pygmy Fantastic is knocked to the inside.
Hollywood, you make it look so easy.
He looks pretty tired of making it look easy.
Pack is stalled down here at this end of the track. Both teams got a wall of blockers up. Pro Serious sending a circle jerk off to hit Hollywood Hendrick.
Who's not?
And puts 5 more points on the board for the Outcast.
Hollywood Hendricks sneaks in the pack again. Picks up 5 more points just as the jam ends.
Hollywood Hendrick very happy with his performance.
Looks like we have a wait for the score update. So Puget Sound Outcast 280, CTDQ 55. We got 27 minutes 20 seconds left in. Is that 27 or 17? 17 minutes and 15 seconds left in the bout.
Zach Sabbath on the jam line for Connecticut. Scott Slamilton for Puget Sound. Penalty boxes empty at the start of this jam. Hard hit to Scott Slamilton, sending him to the ground. Now Zach Sabbath on the ground. Back to the back.
Scott Slamilton makes his way out of the pack. Jammer. Zach Sabbath still trying to make his way through. Puget Sound not making it easy for him. Blue 55, so Puget's corporal punishment will be going to the box for a forearm penalty. Zach Sabbath makes his way out of the pack.
Nice little spin curl right off a rattle out for Scott Slamilton. Gets up to Zach Sabbath and falls off the jam.
Pro Serious kind of with corporal punishment.
16 minutes left on the clock. Score 284 for the Outcasts, 55 for the Death Quads.
Stand aside to the pivot for the Puget Sound Outcasts. And Speed Dealers, their jammer. We've got HD Welch to the jam line for the CTDQ Quads. 3 blockers each team on the track. HD Welch being pummeled by Dilly Dally.
Speed Dealer picks up the jam for the Outcasts. He's screaming around the track as the pack is stalled. Bonus Jonas at the back of the pack, holding back HD Welch single-handedly.
Speed Dealer made his way through the pack, picked up 5 points.
Corey Payne dishing out some pain of his own on HD Welch. Sends HD Welch to the back of the pack again.
Speed Dealer to the pack again, picking up 5 more points.
Speed Dealer making his way to the back, a little push from Corey Payne. 5 more points on the board for the Outcasts.
HD Welch being knocked out again by Dilly Dally, making his way to the back. Doing a little bit of knock to the inside. Taken back by corporal punishment. Goes back to the box. Another 5 points for Speed Dealer.
Dilly Dally is sending HD Welch to the inside of the track. Backing him up. So we can
HD Welch stalled by the pivot line as Speed Dealer picks up another 5 points. Speed Dealer getting a little bit of hurt from the CT blockers in front of the pack. Jam ends, Puget Sound picking up 4 more points. Bringing your total up to 55 for the CTDQ Quads, 313 for the Puget Sound Outcasts. We have 13 minutes and 25 seconds left in the bout. Empty penalty box. We got Bonus Jonas jamming for the Puget Outcasts and Kenny Cloudkicker jamming for the Connecticut Death Quads.
There's the whistle. The jammers are on.
Muppets knocked down as Bonus Jonas makes his way through the pack to pick up lead jammer status.
And the Bonus Jonas almost making it.
Bonus Jonas gets a low block.
He's going so fast he gets a stop. And he gets a low block and he's off to the penalty box.
He'll be joined by Scott Slamming, who just got a out of play penalty. Failure return.
Kenny Cloudkicker makes his way out of the pack, putting 4 points on the board for Connecticut.
Asking for some cheers for the crowd and also through this hard battle.
It's a much needed situation. 4 more points on the board.
Quadzilla's going to the box for a multiplayer box. That means the Puget Sound penalty box is full right now. 2 blockers are opposing.
Kenny Cloudkicker does a nice job of pushing right to the end of that engagement zone. And he had to let him go. 5 more points on the board for Connecticut. And we're going to do the same thing once over again. 5 more points on the board by Kenny Cloudkicker. And he calls off the jam.
Looks like Kenny Cloudkicker was going to get a penalty as a jammer, a legal procedure. He was not lead jammer, even though he successfully called off the jam. I believe what this means is that the Puget jammer will be released at the start of the game.
A little more than 11 minutes left in this half.
Score is now 313 for the Puget Sound Outcast, 75 for the CTDQ. Getting an official timeout.
And I guess they decided that the jam was called off.
In an illegal manner. So.
Got it. And Red is going to serve a penalty for calling off the jam.
Yes.
And that's Connecticut death box. All right.
So Puget's jammer, Bonus Jonas, entered from the penalty box and picks up the lead jam very quickly. He is blazing along this track.
A little less than 11 minutes left in this bout. Pack's moving along rather quickly. Puget Sound skating down one blocker right now, and down the jammer, of course. Or correction, Connecticut's down the jammer. And Puget Sound's down the blocker. And Bonus Jonas makes another pass, picks up 5 points and calls off the game.
Connecticut's jammer is going to start in the box between we're going to start a power jam situation with Rod as our Puget Sound jammer. He's going to be held by his 4 blockers, 4 punishment, Quadzilla, Radalac, and 97, Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Talls.
It totally says Smalls on my roster.
My man Biggie. It doesn't say Biggie Smalls on our roster. That's awesome. I love it.
Rod picks up the jammer.
Good jam. You got a wall of Connecticut blockers at the front of the pack. And Rod doing his best to muscle through it. He meets up with the circle jerk and
Kenny Cloudpicker was
right up there too. Oh yeah, H.G. Waltz up there.
out of the box. He was knocked over on his back on the outside line. The Puget blockers again knocked to the outside, being sent back by corporal punishment.
Right round out to the penalty box for a track cut. And Connecticut's going to skate. Jammer on the pose, then circle jerk off to the penalty box. Circle jerk making a few nice trips to the penalty box. This time as opposed to last time. Kenny Cloudpicker
Picking up 5 points.
goes through the pack like duty through a goose.
Not so easy this time. He's got Quadzilla. Stopping him. Radalac.
Making a recycling to the front of the pack. They're doing their best. Him and Biggie Talls.
Pick happens being sent to the penalty box for a direction or gameplay violation. Cloudpicker picks up 5 more points.
H.G. Wells, the only blocker left on the track for Connecticut.
Zach Savage sent to the box but waved away because it's full.
And we put that jam to bed. That's the end of that one.
3 points from that last pack. 4 points for Puget, 3 points for Connecticut. Our new score is going to be 3:27 for the Puget Sound Outcast, 88 for the CTDQ. We have 7 minutes, 20 seconds left in the bout.
Dirty Frank on the jam line for Connecticut.
We got 2 Connecticut blockers and 3 Puget blockers.
And there's the whistle. Dirty Frank is released. And he squeezes through. Stand aside. And Bowser picks up the jam for the death box.
Dirty Frank picks up the jam. Dirty Frank goes to the box for a low block. And it looks
Spoke too soon. The circle brings out the penalty box once again.
for a track cut this time. We have a full Connecticut box, 1 blocker on the track right now. Ooh.
Pro serious blocker left on the track for the death box.
Took a hard hit there.
Being joined by number 2, Hit Happens. They're there to greet right out at the back of the pack. Send him off the track. He's re-entering behind Hit Happens.
Ryrod makes his way through the pack, picks up another 5 points. Zach Sabbath makes his way out of the box and then back into the box for an illegal procedure. Illegal re-entry, is what we're being told.
Road series good, it's best to keep Ryrod back. Hits him before he gets out. He's now out of play. Ryrod's on his way. After 5 more points on the board for the Outcasts.
Dirty Frank is back on the track. Somebody lost some equipment, but nothing necessary.
Ryrod at the back of the pack being greeted by Circle Jerk, and It Happens. And there's the end of that jam.
Looks like Puget Sound picked up 2 more points, while Connecticut Death Quads picked up 3 more.
A little less than 5 minutes left on the clock. 3:52 for the Outcasts, 88 for the Death Quads. My man B-Rad on the jam line. And along with Corey Payne.
Puget is using their...
All right, the official review is over. Boy, that was quick.
Looks like you have...
That is Mr. Corey Payne who emerged as lead jammer for the Puget Sound Outcasts.
Blasting his way around the track, taking a slight tumble, but not stop him. Knocked to the outside, though, by...
Pick the fantastic sends Corey Payne off the track. And he re-enters after backing up behind all the blockers. Corey Payne popping out of the back, putting 5 points on the board for the Outcasts.
B-Rad, taken all the way from the back of the pack by Scott Slamilton.
A little scoop and juke like Corey Payne makes him break in the back, putting 5 more points on the board for Washington. Oh, my man B-Rad getting recycled by these blockers. Hard hits by Scott Slamilton. He's having to deal with Scott Slamilton, Quadzilla, and Speed Dealer.
Looks like Corey Payne is only going to get 4 points, though, from that last pass. He had no pass penalty, one of the players. But this one, he gets the full 5 grand slam.
Fantastic. Before it gets back up and how about B-Rad make his way through the back. Silver with a little help as well. But he's still met with a wall of blue blockers from Washington State at the front of that pack.
5 more points were awarded to Corey Atlas. The blue jammer is being called on a back block. So he will go to the box for that, which means you're in a power jam situation. Jam ends after 2 minutes. Looks like the score is now 385 for Puget Sound Outcasts, 91 for the CT Death Quad.
2 minutes left on the clock until the end of this bout. Release from the jam line. He is off. Met by Vito Vidovici, Bonus Jonas, and Hollywood Hendrick at the front of that pack. What do we do? Picking up a track cut. Shaking his head in disbelief, and he is off to the penalty box.
He sits. Puget's jammer.
Rose Series backs up a little bit to welcome Corey Payne to the track as he makes his way in from the Bentley box. Corey Payne, after some fast footwork and some wreckage by some Connecticut blockers, picks up lead jam for the Puget Sound Outcast.
Someone's getting a back off penalty.
Dirty break off of the penalty box. And Corey Payne muscles his way through, picks up 5 more points. Puget Sound Outcast.
Pack is stalled on turn 3 right now, just waiting for that jammer to come up. And he does come, and he goes to the pack, and he picks up 5 more points.
Kenny coming from the back. Bonus Jonas and Plateau at the front of that pack.
Got a little jammer on jammer action.
Corey Payne calls on the jam after putting 5 more points on the board. Timeout, White. Come on, bitches, yell. Woo! That's bitches brews, not bitches in general. I didn't want anybody to be offended that I was yelling to all the women in the track.
It's an actual person.
Yeah, actual person, bitches brews, sitting up there with Will Jettison. Dilly Dally on the jam line with Circle Jerk.
Timeout is over. The jam will start shortly on the next whistle.
5 seconds on the clock now. And the jammers are released. Dilly Dally not taking any time to make his way up into the front of the pack. Scoots through, picks up the jam after finding a hole on that inside line. So now the Puget Sound Outcasts are in charge of the time clock. Oh, very easily finds a hole, steps across that inside line, putting 5 more points on the board, bringing them up to 400 now for the Puget Sound Outcasts. Nice fancy footwork, stays on his feet and inbounds. Dilly Dally makes his way by.
Circle Jerk knocked out of bounds, brought to the back of the pack, trying to make his way forward in his initial path.
Puget Sound putting 5 more points on the board, bringing them up to 405. Radillac doing his best to keep Circle Jerk back, hits him to the inside of the track, and he re-enters.
Dilly Dally played a little bit of limbo there earlier, leaning back to avoid a hit.
5 more points on the board for Washington.
Circle Jerk knocked the back of the pack again.
Direction of gameplay block for Pygmy, fantastic.
For 2 minutes.
Dilly Dally emerges one more time from the pack. 5 more points for the Outcasts. Zach Savage, Dirty Frank. Last time the Franks for the Connecticut.
Connecticut's jammers going to the box for a cut track.
And Dilly Dally not wasting any time. Putting 4 more points on the board. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of that box.
The unofficial final is 424 for the Puget Sound Outcasts, 91.